watching Nomadland hurt the soul. I'm not going to say it was enjoyable. As a matter of fact, in parts it was simply downright depressing. But enjoyability doesn't make a movie great any more than special effects do. What makes a film truly great is whether or not the audience can be impacted by what they have just watched. Nomadland is like being doused with a bucket of ice-cold water, which also happened to be filled with pointy rocks. What this film has to say about modern civilization is simply dreadful. The visuals throughout the film of Amazon packaging plants is mind-boggling. I found my mind yawning at the boredom of it all, and the dry, cold vastness of the abandoned town visualized towards the end of the film leaves the viewer feeling empty and helpless. It is a tale of modern-day survival, but ultimately it is also a story of cycles. Economic cycles, weather cycles, human cycles, and surprisingly, bowel cycles. This film takes the viewer on a ride throughout America, revealing many of the ins and outs of life on the road. It is mostly about the cycle of life, living, loving, and death. It's simply sad to watch, and what it has to say about the future of the Western world should be a warning that is taken seriously, but I doubt most people will even find the time to watch it, never alone learn something from it. From the crap we put into our mouths to the crap that comes out, we are all in this together, and in the end, one day, it will be the end. Modern human liberty pivots around love, and when that centre is broken, liberty becomes confusing, neglected, and wasteful. There is a saying, things fall apart, the centre cannot hold. And that's about all we can hope for. Damn. At the end, there is barely a glimmer of hope on the horizon. However, it is also the story of perhaps a new way of living. Somehow, the entire history of humanity has found itself full circle, like that of a snail eating its own tail. From the Indians who once lived a nomadic lifestyle across the plains of America, to the new nomads who are more and more frequently finding themselves on similar trails across the country, it is hard to ignore that perhaps this is how a lot of humanity may have to sustain itself into the future, not only in the States, but in many Western countries around the world. On the road, continuously moving from place to place in search of food. Perhaps this may just become the new normal for how people get through. The film is brilliantly acted by Francis McDormand and is superbly put together by director Chloe Zhao, who has planted a subliminal message behind all the visuals of the film. Everything says something, and the whole story is easily assembled by the viewer, making the experience seamless. We know what she is saying without having to have it rammed down our throats. Is it worth the watch? Yep, no doubt about it. But I do believe that this film's impact will depend heavily on the viewer themselves. From other reviews I have read, some people are finding things in this movie that I simply overlooked. I guess that's what truly makes this film a good film. The fact that the viewer, no matter who they are or what their attitude is towards the modern day world, will find something of value to be consumed in the vast wastes of Nomadland.
Hey, find anything interesting? Rocks!